off. When you bring in your prescription from any other eye care provider, we'll give you 15% off the cost of your frames and lenses. So visit us today and get 15% off. Offer valid on cash and credit purchases. Conditions apply. See in-store for details. Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
Welcome back to WeFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited. First, on the local scene, the Ministry of Education is hoping to see long-term success following the launch of a literacy program aimed at students in secondary schools. Senior Education Officer Aldia Gums-Dyer says the program is aimed at strengthening foundational literacy, supporting students who are struggling, and providing teachers with practical strategies to address learning gaps at the secondary level. She said that a collaborative approach is being employed to approach this. We hear more from the Senior Education Officer.
So we are taking a collaborative approach where we are engaging different components of the ministry, assessment, and so on, to really look into these students to see how they can be better helped. Now, so far, we have 525 students enrolled in this program across 10 secondary schools. We are hoping that the program would have not only short-term successes, but long-term successes as well. We know that learning does not happen overnight. We want to thank our teachers for showing the interest and for continuing to work together. We encourage you to adopt that collaborative approach.
That was Senior Education Officer Aldia Gums-Dyer. The Senior Education Officer highlighted that the education system is currently grappling with significant literacy challenges worsened by disruptions from the COVID-19 pandemic and the La Soufrière volcano eruption. She pointed out that extended school closures, displacement, and limited access to learning resources during these events adversely impacted students' reading and comprehension skills, underscoring the need for targeted interventions. The Eco Youth Adventures project was officially launched at the La View Conference Room, aiming to empower young people as leaders and innovators in sustainable tourism through STEM education. The initiative, led by the Pan American Development Foundation in partnership with the government of Taiwan, will engage around 1,500 students and train 75 educators across 11 secondary schools in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chief Education Officer K. Martin Jack described the launch as an affirmation that youth are not just beneficiaries but drivers of development. Minister of State Laverne King highlighted innovation and resilience for small island states, while Ambassador Fiona Fan of Taiwan announced 100 scholarships for students under the Taiwan Scholarship Program. Minister of Tourism Dr. Kishore Shalo emphasized the link between environmental stewardship and economic opportunity, noting the project prepares youth to lead in renewable energy, green entrepreneurship, and eco-tourism. Still on the local scene, St. Vincent's Minister of National Security, St. Clair Leacock, is set to assume the chairmanship of the Regional Security System Council of Ministers at a meeting in St. Lucia on March 27th and 28th, succeeding the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. Minister Leacock described the RSS as a very well-organized, professionally run organization, noting its key role in linking the region with international security partners and providing naval, sea, and manpower support for security and disaster response. Recent discussions with RSS leadership, including Vice Admiral Sheldon and Deputy Rodney, focused on maintaining regional peace and ensuring citizen safety across member states. On to news in the region. Families of two Trinidad and Tobago nationals are suing the United States government in federal court over a U.S. military strike last October that killed their loved ones near the coast of Venezuela. The plaintiffs say the victims were humble laborers, not narco terrorists, as characterized by the Trump administration's anti smuggling operations, and the missile attack was unlawful. The lawsuit argues the military actions bypassed normal judicial procedures like arrest and trial, amounting to extrajudicial killings under both U.S. and international law. Legal experts and grieving relatives are questioning the legality and morality of using deadly force against civilian boats. While U.S. officials defend such strikes as part of national security efforts against drug trafficking, critics say that they violate the laws of armed conflict and human rights. The case highlights a broader pattern of maritime violence with more than 100 deaths linked to similar U.S. strikes. The Eastern Caribbean Telecommunications Authority ECTEL will today launch the findings of its Digital Inclusion Survey during a hybrid event in St. Lucia. The launch got on the way at 10 a.m. Eastern Caribbean time and was streamed live on ECTEL's Facebook and YouTube platforms. The survey, conducted across ECTEL's 5 contracting states, examines access to digital technologies, affordability, connectivity, digital skills, and barriers to participation in the digital economy. ECTEL says the findings will guide policy, regulation, and regional initiatives aimed at closing the digital divide and supporting inclusive digital transformation across the Eastern Caribbean. On the international scene, U.S. President Donald Trump has renewed threats of military action against Iran, warning that Tehran must agree to a new nuclear deal or face serious consequences. In a post on his Truth Social platform, Trump claimed a U.S. armada is moving toward the region and urged Iran to negotiate what he called a fair and equitable agreement, insisting there be no nuclear weapons. Iran has rejected talks on the threat, with Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi saying negotiations cannot happen while military pressure continues. The rising rhetoric has fueled fears of conflict as the U.S. increases its military presence and regional tensions remain high. Finally, in sports, England Test captain Ben Stokes and former all-rounder Moeen Ali will coach the England Lions on their white ball tour of the UAE next month. Stokes continues his recovery from injury while Moeen takes on his first Lions coaching role. They will support head coach Andrew Flintoff during a T20 and 50-over series against Pakistan Shaheens. The tour begins on February 21st and is part of England's build-up to the 2027 World Cup. This has been WeFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WeFM's 3 p.m. News. WeFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Hassle-free loans for your every need. Courts have you covered, best believe. Courts Ready Cash is for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all. We on the go. Courts Ready Cash, you already know. We got it all. We on the go. Courts Ready Cash, always ready when you're ready. Let's go.
Courts Ready Cash. Ready when you are.